It's Stargift Tarakasha. I am continuing on my series on Matrons and Patrons. I know it's been months since I even went into the set of dreams I had after I did that prayer on that full moon night. So I lack consistency. I apologize for that. But after some recent events have happened that has like pushed me to finish this series. So before I told you about being guided to a great hall that was, I guess, Odins Hall, and I was led by a peacock there. So this, and I disregarded that dream. Um, so this is when, after I met my friend, we went to an event. Driving home, she suggested I pray, and I was like, "That's too simple," but I did it. That full moon night, I prayed, and you know what my prayer was. And so that night, I had a dream. So this dream took place on, I believe, the 24th of January of last year. So on January 24th, 2000, and that year that we shall not speak of. Um, this was this dream is the second portion of a dream I had before that. I don't remember the first portion of it, but it begins with me as this woman, uh, Caucasian, raven hair draped down to my back, and I am walking in a trailer park. And I've dreamt of this trailer park many times. I've been there so many times in the astral world since I was a little girl. And I'm walking, and I have, very peasant clothes on, and I'm walking, and I see a fence attached to one trailer park, and I go and I jump over the fence, and I guess I'm stealing cabbage, so because I'm really hungry, and this guy comes out, this white guy, and he sees me, and he has these dogs, and he tosses two dogs into the fence, and they're barking, they're growling, and they're gnashing at me, and I'm frightened by them, and I try to climb out the fence, but he's taking a stick, and he's pushing me, keeping me in, and the dogs are jumping, snapping at me, and I'm terrified. I'm scared, and I'm just like, no, no. And he's just like, get in there, get back in there, and I was like, please don't. And I'm just begging for mercy. And then, so as a bargain, I said, I'll sleep with you. And he pauses, and so he takes on that offer. So it shifts to him tossing me on the bed, butt naked, and he's undoing himself, getting ready to take me as a token of sparing my life. And it's kind of foggy on this section here, but I said something to him, like in a different voice, in a different language, and he stopped, like froze, and was just like, and then he was like, "Get!" And so I get my clothes, and I gather, and I walk out, and he just kicks me out. And I got my dress on, and like, even though like I didn't desire him, I was hot, like I was heated, I was in heat, like I needed sex, I need something, I need to satisfy something, I need a lover. So then I start walking very seductively, my hips swaying, and I'm hunting for a lover, like I need to quench this desire and this fire in me. And I trail along on the trailer, I got my fingers on the walls of the trailer, and I look inside and poke in the window, and I see this man, and he's playing video games, another Caucasian man. And I don't mean to be offensive when I say this, but to describe them, they're kind of almost like, this is such a derogatory term, but they're like dressed like rednecks or whatever. That's the way they spoke, the way they dressed, the way they acted kind of came off of that stereotypical persona. But he's playing video games in there, and I see these posters all along the wall, and it's like the Nazi symbols and like Nazi propaganda posters. And I saw them, and I looked at him, and I backed away, and I said, I will not dishonor my ancestors that way. Like, I said that, and it was kind of weird. I can't believe I remember saying that. But I walk away very proud, and I'm like, even though like I need something really bad, those men weren't worthy of me. So I continue walking, and I see these three children. There's two boys and a girl, and I look at them, and they're in coats, and they're looking at me, and they're like, hee, look at the crazy witch, she's a crazy, hee. and I'm very friendly with them, but they just think that I'm weird and psycho. So like the rumor is that I'm the crazy person of the village, and I look beyond me and I see there's like the swamp and there's this great tree and its roots are sticking out the ground and there's no grass. And so I go and I say, and I turn to the children, I say, children, come, make the land fertile again, come help me make the land fertile again. And they're like, hee, crazy witch, you're just crazy, hee, silly. And I'm begging them to come, and so I grab the tree. It's it's bulky enough, but it's not as bulky. I can put my whole fist around it, and I start swinging around the tree, and I'm just swinging, and I'm just like, come, children, and I'm swinging. This is just like so movie film centric. And like if I swing and I'm visualizing the land rising and becoming fertile. So when I go on my next swing, here comes this great, scary fucking wolf. And I just like, oh shit. And very instinctively, I jump into the top of the tree and he comes and he snaps at me at the top of the tree, but he misses me. And I'm at the tree and he's jumping and just red eyes, fangs growling, fucking slobber and everything, snaps at me again, and he's missing me, but he's so close. He comes so close to me when he's coming to jump. So he launches at me again, and I take my fist and I bash him on the head. And then out comes these two women. They look like freaking twins, and they're dressed in indigenous American like outfits, and they're doing this like dance, like they're in synchronization with each other. They're not missing a beat, they're not missing a step. They are just like in sync with each other, and they're like, and it's just this dance, and they're going forward and backward, and their steps are just very choreographed. And like when the wolf falls down, he notices the twins and he goes after them, and like they pick up their pace and like kind of rushing so that he doesn't catch them, but they're not afraid of the wolf. So they're picking up pace and they're going really quick, and then they go off to the left and the children are to the right, and the wolf sees the children and decides to go after the children, and the children run screaming, and he gets a hold of the youngest one, which is a boy, and he just starts tearing him up, basically tearing most of his coat trying to get to his body, and the boy is screaming to the top of his lungs. I jump out of the tree and run over to the boy and the wolf, and I grab the wolf and I just start pulling and hitting him and pulling and trying to get him off the boy. And I see the boy and the wolf merging together to the point there's only his tail and the body's wiggling and it's just the tail. And then I wake up. So that's the end of that dream. And I was just like, so I immediately wrote it down. So yeah, a lot of crazy things going on that first stream. So I'm gonna end it right. Well, I'll end this video at 9 minutes. But so yeah, it was a pretty interesting dream. Very intense. I didn't understand it, so I was like, okay. So I wrote it down regardless, and then the next day I had another dream. So we're gonna get to that in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.